There is no purgatory for war criminals. They go straight to hell.
And here's a look at the intensity of the violence. An entire tower block flattened by Israeli airstrikes in Gaza. At least 35 people have been killed there. And Israel says Hamas has fired more than 1,000 rockets since Monday, killing at least 5 Israelis.
This is what sparked this latest round of an old and still very bitter conflict. On Monday, as Palestinians were praying in Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque during the final days of Ramadan, Israeli troops moved in to disperse them with force. Israel says it was responding to rock throwing. Palestinians say it was part of a pattern of intensified harassment in the disputed Holy City. But this escalation has something new that has Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu scared. Palestinian Israeli citizens, 20% of the population, have started to express their anger too, some even siding with Hamas.
Israeli police used CS gas and stun grenades at the mosque, and Palestinian youths threw rocks at them.
The world's asking if the region's on the brink of war. People who work to this feel it's already here. Palestinians in Gaza face the fiercest Israeli bombardment since the last all-out conflict. Israel says it's going after militant leaders. Some were killed in their homes. But civilians died in this strike, say Palestinian health officials. In Gaza, a territory under blockade, grief quickly turns to anger.
Driven from their homes by civil war, Syrian refugees are flooding across borders in numbers that have received a considerable amount of international attention. Many of them, thousands, have fled to Europe's poorest country, Bulgaria, only to find that it is ill-equipped to handle the influx and sometimes hostile to their very presence.
In a small town in Bulgaria, a refugee camp like no other in Europe. Over 1,000 Syrians are crammed into housing meant for just 400. Many of them have been living without electricity or hot water for weeks. And because there aren't enough prefab huts, some are facing winter in Bulgarian army tents. Whatever the horrors of war they left behind, nothing prepared these Syrians for a European welcome as warm as this. Jazia Al-Daim was a teacher, now finding herself sharing a tent with 3 Syrian families many miles from home.
I have families back there, so I'm thinking about them all the time. It's not easy. I didn't say goodbye to my family, and I came here. I thought it would be much better, but I was wrong.
Домой хочется, на работу хочется. Город жалко, людей жалко, детей жалко.